We don't have big mamas like we used to. The big mama I know smell like old mothballs, the residue of a smell that has long disappeared. As children, we used to call it the old people smell. How it will hit your nose before you walk through the door. My imagination was so vivid that I actually believed it was really a moth and grandma was the keeper. And if I didn't pay close attention, it would get me. Every time I'd visit, Big Mama would assure me that I could never return home, that her plan was to steal and keep me like a prized stuffed animal on display. For the longest time, I refused to step foot into Big Mama's house without a prayer. It went something like this. Dear God, Big Mama is crazy. Help. She'd say things like, I'm watching you. I got eyes in the back of my head. I believed her. Oftentimes, I watched the back of her head to see if she could see that I was watching her. And it didn't hit me until I got older to understand that Big Mama really was crazy. She was crazy enough to take you in and love you until all you knew how to do was love. She was crazy enough to teach you, knowing that you may not get it now, but in the future you'd appreciate her labor. She was crazy enough to raise an army, build a fort, and break out the sofa beds in times of distress. Like all the times we couldn't pay our bills and had to move in with Big Mama, where fixed incomes were stretched beyond a pot of beans and cornbread for a family of 10. Yes, sir. That homemade mac and cheese, yes, sir. And Big Mama's grits got her fingertips in them. Yes, sir. She knew your troubles like the back of her hand. I would always wonder why Big Mama would say, I'ma spank you when we get home. Then you think she forgot until you hear the words, this gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. As her pleather belt laced your backside like she was trying to crucify your flesh and stop all that crying before I give you something to cry about. Child, one day you gonna thank me. You couldn't get away with all that lying, cheating, and stealing because as long as you're under Big Mama's roof, you gonna live by her rules. No drums, no organs. She'd lift up her hands and preach. Bad luck come in 3 and struggle come in 2, but don't you let no devil come for you. But Big Mama, why this? Why that? Baby girl, with all of your whys, I can build a ladder straight to heaven, collect the nickel for your whys, and grace the stairway to heaven with your smile. She knew how to make you feel special. But Big Mama's bed always felt the best, tall as the rooftop, as we lay there snuggled up watching cartoons on a Saturday morning. Our twinkle, twinkle little toes dancing to the sounds of Woody Woodpecker. Covers built like a fort over our heads, jumping on the bed until we're dizzy, spun out of breath, giggling. Big Mama would smile, grin so bright she'd light up the universe. She's the angel that comes down and says, you're gonna make it when times get low. The sun wrapped around her like the landline cord coiled around her body as she turns to notice us, laughing, and with the turn-dial rotary telephone, turning one digit at a time to the person on the other end of the phone. Big Mama, she say, hold your line. Happy Mother's Day, 2021.